attack! Unleash the fury, light the fuse, it's the hot tag! There's no turning back from the wrestling news!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hot Tag, the sub-show of the Jazz Zodiac podcast, the greatest wrestling podcast you've never heard of. Of course, you already know these two gentlemen. We got the Psycho Nerd. We have Anthony Rayburg. We are going to be talking about a topic that Saturday night's main event just ended maybe, I don't know, an hour ago or so, maybe a little over an hour ago.
Give or take.
My question is, and we saw this last year, that the frequency of these shows seemed to be too plentiful. We saw too many of these. They should be not as frequent as they are. They should happen every now and again. That's just how I feel about it. And for the fact that this one happened literally a week before the Clash in Italy, I'm going to go to you first, Anthony, since you're new on the show. Do you think that the frequency of the Saturday Night Main Event show is too much, or is it too little, or is it just fine where it's at?
You know, Josh, I never really put much thought into it. You know, I like to try to enjoy everything that they give us, see the good in it. You know, the timing of the show really doesn't bother me either, because like I was saying, it kind of, we said before just on the Josh Zodiac, the podcast, was this is screen time. This is screen time at a PLE level. We're only going to get one repeat match.
Yeah.
And, you know, the rest of it is going to be brand new. I think it gives people who don't have access to Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, all of that stuff, I think it gives them a PLE caliber show. So they feel like they're getting more.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with how many shows that they have. I think a lot of the older school guys and gals have an issue with the frequency, because back in the day, Saturday night's main event was special. It really meant something. Now, I think that they just brought it back originally for nostalgia purposes. I think they saw how popular it was, and I think they're trying to capitalize on that, and I don't fault them. I enjoy the show. I don't care what it's called. Saturday night's main event, you know, what have you. It doesn't matter to me. I think it's fine. I do think some old school cats kind of dissect it a little too much and put too much thought into it, but that's just me. I love wrestling, and I think it gives people who can't afford the big time PLEs opportunities to watch a PLE caliber show.
Okay. I can get behind that. What about you, Psycho? What do you think? Do you agree with what he said, or where are you at on this?
A couple things. The part about used to be special, and that's part of why I'm not the biggest fan of them doing this literally a week before a PLE, because exactly that. It used to be special whenever they would do it once in a blue moon. Even when they started doing it again somewhere in the 2000s, they didn't do it anywhere near as often as they're doing it now. So now it's almost becoming as frequent as a PLE itself, which makes me wonder, why not just take whatever idea you have for that and just combine it with what you're already doing with the PLE and make it a grand scale? It just seems to me like that would be the more bigger benefit of these people. Yeah, okay, fine. You talk about it doesn't cost as much to watch it, but you still got to have a Peacock subscription, if I'm not mistaken, to watch it. So no matter what, you're still paying for it. So the fact that it's less than a PLE, I'll grant you that, because this is why I don't have ESPN Plus. I'm not paying $30 for a PLE. You're out of your freaking mind. The show has not been as enthusing, as interesting for me personally for quite some time now. So I like the fact that I can have an alternate method of watching it and not pay that kind of money. That's just me.
Okay.
But
I can get behind that.
And that's just my thing. Like you said, it's literally a week before the PLE. The focus should be on the PLE itself, not this right here. This should be just part of the buildup that could have been done on SmackDown. Some aspects, as we talked about on the recent podcast, one or two of these things didn't need to be here. You could just put them on SmackDown. They work just as effective. You take these other ones over here that actually were kind of worthy of PLE status, you stick them on the PLE, boom, problem solved. Then you have one big show for everybody to watch.
So what if they made Saturday night's main event a yearly PLE? One time a year, big style Saturday night's main event, kind of paying homage, making it special. What do you think about that? Because you said something that it resonated with me, because it used to be special, and you put it a part of the grand scale in the big scheme of things, and you make it just one yearly PLE. It kind of pays homage, kind of pays respects, and Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah.
Not only that, but if you're gonna do it where it's a one night event, once a year type of thing, then you bring back some of the old superstars, the ones that are still alive. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jesse the Body Ventura on commentary. I fucking loved it. It was great. I mean, that was the voice of our generation, was Jesse the Body and Gorilla Monsoon, and then of course Bobby the Brain and Gorilla Monsoon. But Jesse the Body, he was such a heel commentator. And when I do commentary for the promotion that I'm in, I like to be as close to Jesse the Body and Corey Graves as I possibly can. I boo the good guys and I rave the bad guys because you're the heel. You're going to be like that. But they should have all of the old alumni people. And it doesn't have to be the really, really old. They could have the ones that recently retired. You know what I mean? Like, Ivory or what was her name? Layla. Some of the older talent that's not as old, but they're there. It's a nostalgia
Get
act.
Trish and Lita. Get Trish
You
and
can have a
Lita in
mishmash
there.
of different people.
Yeah,
you can have a
know,
whole.
Yeah, there's
that's
an
my
array
thing.
of different people.
Yeah,
Get you a Booker T in there every once in a while.
King Booker. Yeah.
Almost make it like
Okay.
a celebration of classic moments in one night kind of thing.
Yeah.
Make it a
Sure.
celebration of the company or some bullshit.
Let's
told
put
that
the
works.
John Cena Classic on the Saturday night's main event PLE.
There it is right there.
And
ladies
let's
and
make
gentlemen.
it a thing.
That's where they get the
Let's
belt.
make it a thing.
The belt, the You Can't See Me belt, which is not even a belt. It's just there. The belt's right there. And that'd be funny. I could see it. Little Jimmy's holding it right now.
Of course, he would be the only one who would see it.
Yeah, of course. But I kind of agree with that. It should be like a once a year or twice a year, once every 6 months type of thing.
Okay,
Keep the
what was
nostalgia real, and now it's like, it's another main event. It's not that I don't want to watch it because I'm going to watch, but just one of those things. And again, this week we have the show this week, and then next week in Italy they have the show on Sunday, and I'm just like, okay, fine. Again, I'm gonna watch. They're not gonna.
Josh, do you think it's AEW counter programming? Since they have an AEW show this weekend,
No,
do you think
there's
it is any weight to that?
I don't think it is because I don't think they're trying to compete with AEW. I mean, in the beginning they probably were trying to because you had NXT on the same time that one of the AEW shows was on. AEW took a page out of WCW's playbook and said, yeah, we're not going to do it on Mondays. That's for WWE. They're letting fans pick their side. They're not going to say you're going to like this one or that one. And there are plenty of fans.
I'll have you know, I watched both of those PLEs at the exact same time. I'll have you know.
Nice.
I was in my room and I was watching both
That's
of them.
a hardcore
like this.
fan right there, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't do that. But no, I really don't think AEW and WWE are trying to compete. They're just trying to put out content and product, and you make your decision.
Which is what it should have been back during the Monday Night War. But,
Agreed. But Ted Turner was a dick and was like, I'm just going to run you out of business because he's an old Southern, gentleman that just, if he can't beat him, I'm just going to beat the fuck out of him.
But we're glad that he did it. We're glad that he did it because
100%,
we would not have what we have, baby. We would not have what we have. Thank you, Ted Turner. You did that one amazing thing.
At the end of the day, Ted Turner doing what he did made wrestling fucking incredible for about 5-6 years. People were talking about it at work. People were talking about it. Kids were getting suspended at school for doing the crotch chop because the adults were like, oh, that's inappropriate. No, he's just being a kid. Fuck you. Whatever. Watch wrestling. You'll get it. Okay. I can get behind everything we said here. It's just, for me, it's the nostalgia. I remember being a kid watching wrestling. It was on maybe once or twice a year, if even that. And it was always a big spectacle. It was always something, something really awesome going on. You had the larger than life superstars that we had at the time that are put on a show that the whole family could watch together, back when it was still kind of family friendly, not so much anymore, but that's neither here or there. Then again, we live in a different time now. So for those of you that are watching the Hot Take, I want to know what you think about the frequency of the main event show. Do you think it's too much, too little? Do you agree with what Anthony said, what Psycho said, what I said? Or do you have your own opinion? Let us know in the comments what you think, and we may actually read some of your comments on air. But you got to comment to get on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, give us that attention, and we will give it right back to you. So for Anthony and the Psycho, I am DJ Zodiac. This has been the Hot Tag. We will see you on the next episode, and until then, happy hunting.